Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. Yeah, that's right, we back. So if I'm sipping on that throughout this video and I'm smacking like this, hold on, I can't do it in the I just did it. Like whenever I be smacking and I'm about to edit my videos, I be like, damn, why you smacking so hard? But in today's video, I'm going to actually be talking about flying American Airlines, crossing the border, and etc. Flying in my experience and how that goes, because with the whole COVID thing, I think this is like pretty interesting because I honestly wanted to know what it was, or like how everything was gonna work, because with everything going on, I'm like, because I'm not about to be nowhere close to a lot of people. But of course, I'm out here in Toronto, Canada, visiting my family. So, I had to take that risk, and I did wear my mask. I had hand sanitizer on deck. But yeah, if you would like to know what went down and what had to occur while I was on this plane and the airlines and the airport, etc., then just keep on watching. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am in a new setting. I'm out here at my mom's house. I'm visiting them in Toronto, Canada. So I don't know if y'all can notice, but it's like the background's a little different. That is why. So when I first got there, I had to check in like normal. If you've never been to an airport, when you fly, you have to check in when you first get there. And like you put your passport, and like right when you slide your passport in, it actually locates like your flight, what time it leaves, and like your ticket pretty much. And so once that's done, if you have a big size luggage, you take it to their counter and you pay a fee of $25 or $30, I believe, and you check it in, and then that goes, I don't know if it goes on a different plane under the plane, but it doesn't go with you while you're going onto the plane, so it doesn't go the overhead boards or anything like that. Once that happened, you have to make sure you're wearing a mask. If you weren't, they weren't going to let you pass security. So once I went through security, we did have to keep, our 6 feet apart while we were in line. As usual, you put your things in the bucket like you usually would, and then they have to scan it and make sure everything you have is allowed to pass on the plane. After I did pass security, I could go to my gate, which is where you wait for your plane to board so you will be able to get on. It's just kind of common sense. Like whenever you were sitting down waiting, if anybody was to sit next to you and they're not part of your family or they're not with you, weirdos, because they know Corona's going on. So it was a good thing that people had common sense and didn't sit next to me. So I was sitting by myself, and I was far away from people. And I did get McDonald's, and of course in the McDonald's line there was social distancing. It was crazy because I did see a few people like wearing those like full-on suits that they have with like a whole like head covering, kind of how like astronauts have. It was crazy just seeing that, because like usually I fly every year, or like if it's not every 6 months, it's like every year. And it was just crazy seeing how like people weren't able to be close to each other. And like you had to wear a mask. If you didn't have a mask, I don't think you were allowed to board at all. And then I'm gonna insert a clip of me waiting and like speaking a little bit. I did film, but it was just kind of like, I was nervous to film out in public, so it was like the noise was kind of overcoming my voice, and just because I was trying to stay kind of low. But actually when I leave, I will be filming more of the process if y'all are interested. So give this video a thumbs up if y'all would like to see that. But yeah, I want to be able to film so y'all can kind of see more, but I did film a little bit, so I'll be inserting those clips. Hey y'all, I'm currently so tired, but I'm currently at DFW airport, just chilling, waiting to get on my flight. I'm heading to Canada. I gotta stop in Washington first, and then I'll be on my way. But yeah, I know y'all can see it in my eyes. I'm super tired. I haven't slept. Yeah, I'll update y'all whenever I'm on the plane, and that's it. Yeah, once we were able to board, and the first airplane that I went on, it was 3 seats. And then 3 seats on each side. So on the left side and the right side, there's the middle aisle. And it's currently boarded.
ready to go to sleep. I'm tired.
So I was on the window seat, and then it was nobody in between us, and then it was a girl next to me, and then in the next row they skipped the aisle seat and then had actually I think it was a mom, or no, a dad and a daughter, and then they were sitting next to each other. So I'm pretty sure they were making sure that we all had enough space, and then they were kind of skipping rows. So I'm pretty sure, like, obviously when you book your flight, it's not going to be as many people as it usually would be. I don't know how many people are able to be on a flight, but I'm gonna just give like an estimate. So let's say like an estimate of 60 people are allowed on the flight. I'm pretty sure they're only allowing 30 tickets just to like minimize the space, and so people can be able to social distance and still keep safe while everything's going on, even if you do want to fly. So yeah, I actually did have a stop, so I stopped and then boarded onto my next plane. But before I could board, which my next plane was going to leave obviously from the US to Canada, so I had to fill out a form, and it was pretty much saying if I had any symptoms, if I would be like, what my reason was it like tourism, was I just going for like a personal experience, and I put no because I actually was coming to see my family. They're just making sure that everything we said was the truth. We weren't just saying, if we were to have come across anything, we couldn't really blame it on anybody because obviously we chose to fly. And yeah, so we just checked those boxes, and then let me board from Washington DC, and then I got to fly to Canada, and I'll insert that clip of me on that plane. That plane was actually smaller, so I'll insert that right now.
I just boarded in Washington, going to Toronto now. My flight almost left me. They did that quick. But yeah, it's hottest on this plane.
Once I did arrive into Canada, I had to go through something called a customs.
I just arrived in Toronto. I'm about to go to customs, which is, if you don't know, you have to go through that whenever you arrive to another country. So that's where I'm going now, and it's super empty. Nobody's here, but yeah, I'll update y'all later.
Once I did arrive into Canada, I had to go through something called a customs, which is where if you're a resident, which I am a resident. Oh, I forgot to include that. How could I forget? So actually, if you aren't a Canadian resident or a citizen, or you live here, which I am a Canadian resident and then also a US citizen, I did have that card, so I was able to cross the border. So if you do not have that, you are not able to cross the border unless you are immediate family, so like brother, sister, wife, mom and dad type of thing. So if it's like an uncle or cousin, you're not actually allowed to fly. So that's one thing if you are wanting to leave the country. I just know this is for Canada. I'm not sure if this is for all other countries, but for Canada, you for sure could not go through if you did not have a residency card or you weren't a citizen there. So keep that in mind if y'all were, interested in flying to Canada. So once I got there, I had to go to a kiosk and answer some questions as to if I had any symptoms, what was my reasoning for coming, and of course I put the reasoning is to come see my mom and my siblings. And you had to go in line, and you had to go talk to a police officer or whatever, I guess like border patrol, I guess you could call them, but they look like they were in police uniforms, so that's why I just call them policemen. But yeah, you had to go through that, and there they were just asking me like what my reasoning was for coming, have I had any symptoms. It's like every stop that I had to either like fill out something or answer questions, they're asking me, do you have symptoms, blah blah blah. So once I answered all that, they told me I had to stay in quarantine for 14 days while I was staying out here. So I had to have a place, and then they also asked for the address. And there was people that were next to me, and I guess they didn't have like their hotel and stuff yet. So they weren't wanting to let them pass because they didn't have an actual place to quarantine at. So they're like very strict on that right now here. So if you're planning to travel, make sure you have a place. that you're staying at for sure. And you have to have immediate family that stays out here if you're wanting to travel to Canada soon or while this is all going on. But yeah, once I got that, I got to go pick up my luggage, and that was pretty much it. And then obviously, you know, my mom picked me up from the airport, and the rest is history. But while I'm out here, I do want to record videos, vlog me doing something out here. So my sister decided to join my video. I was just talking about my experience on how I was on the plane and like how it was me being in like Corona and everything. So you want to introduce yourself? What your name is?
Alejandra.
This is my sister Alejandra. She's 10 years old. I'm gonna show y'all how tall she is. Hold on. So like this is my, here, scoot back real quick. See, like that's how tall she is, y'all. Like how is she 10 and she's my height? Like, so I'm 4'11", so she's probably like what, like 4'11", 4'10", around there. So yeah, like she's literally my height.
I'm taller.
Let me see. Can you put that? Like, that's embarrassing. This is who I came to see. Well, part of who I came to see. I also came to see my brother and my sister. Ale, what video should we give them for next time? What video idea should we do together? Do you have any suggestions?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that actually concludes today's video. I'm gonna make sure me and her do a video together. It'll be funny. We'll probably like do each other's makeup or something, like blindfolded. That'll be funny.
Also, keep reminding that I'm her favorite sibling. Okay?
Michael, I love you. Okay, bye. See y'all next time in my next video. And don't forget to, Ale, tell them don't forget to what?
Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
Period.
Period. Stop.
Bye, y'all.